Distinguished participant, distinguished ASSAM Islamic Union Congress, welcome to my presentation for the 4th International ASSAM Islamic Congress Union. I would like to introduce myself. I am Mansour Amani from Niger Republic. This is the second time that I have this opportunity to participate to this important Congress of Africa International ASSAM Islamic Union Congress. So this year I would like to make a brief presentation about the topic that I have chosen, which is going to talk about defense organization of global powers such as USA, Russia, China, UK, France, and their activities in Islamic countries. This is the Niger case. So we will have point A, military bases in these countries. Point B, the private military companies, PMC. So I have divided my presentation into 6 or 7 parts that I'm going to talk about briefly, and those who would like to follow, I will submit the article, the entire article, then they will have the opportunity to read it. So this talk about Niger Republic, one of OIC founding state and active member since the creation of the organization, which was the 25th of September 1969. So superpower countries, as you know, used to dominate weak countries for a long moment. It was the case of colonization era of many Muslim empires by Western for more than 1 century. When you talk, you take example of Niger. In 1900, France made Niger, so the then empires, at that time it was empires before the colonization era, a military territory administered from the Sultanate of Damagran, which is a region in the eastern part of the country. It became a French colony in 1922, the autonomous colony of Niger. Niger became republic on December 16, 1965, and got its independence on August 3rd, 1960. So according to the global fire research for 2020, Niger is ranked 103th out of 138 of the countries in the term of military strength, and it showed that the weakness of the country in the military field. So before, now we said 138. Before, Niger was ranked about 85, I think, if I remember, like 4 years ago. So this weakness show the country had a lot of difficulties and security problem. Today Niger is facing the security problems such as ACME with the Malian border and Boko Haram in the east, with Chad and Nigerian borders, including Cameroon. So this came after the collapse of Libyan Gaddafi regime in 2011. That I will talk the details in my article, like how the collapse of Gaddafi regime impact the security problem in Niger. Not only Niger, a lot of sub-Saharan countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, and Burkina Faso also, including Mali. So before that, I was talking about 2011, Before 2011, the country was faced to the Tuareg rebellion from 1990 to 1996, so 6 years, and from 2007 until 2009. So this had many impacts on its economy and development. So in this regard, Niger has signed agreements and military cooperation with many countries such as USA, France, Italy, Germany, and Belgium. So in this program of combating insecurity and the fight against terrorism in the Sahel. So let us see all those military bases, that what they do in Niger and their role in the stability of the country, and also the countries those who have the project to install new bases. Will they good for the future of the country or not? So my first point is from the part A, which talk about military bases. Yes, one like is France in Niger. As I said in my introduction, so France used to colonize Niger since the year 1900 until 1960. So this is about 100 years. When we talk about officially the diplomatic relations, like Niger started its diplomatic ties with France after the independence from 1960. So this was the official creation of the two sides embassy with the Niger. And today we have actually currently some military bases in Niger, such as in the current airport, international airport of Jole Hamani in Niamey, which we have a base of the crafts and drones pilot without pilot, and also when you go to the Tlaberi region, which is a border with Mali, we can find some military bases of France, and also in Agadez region, which is border with both Algeria and Libya. And also we have the biggest military bases of France in Niger, which is in Madama. Madama is a northern part of Niger, which is a way to go to Libya. So what is the role of those military bases? It's the military cooperation which has been signed with France in combat terrorism, and this start, I think, from 2011-2012, the time that the insecurity started in Niger, as I said in my introduction. So all started after the collapse of the Libyan regime, the Gaddafi regime. So this declared insecurity in many countries, in a lot of countries, and but Niger was one of the countries which is a victim of this insecurity. So the second part of my presentation, US in Niger, so United States. So we are talking about the superpowers and their role in Islamic countries, Niger case. So the US the diplomatic ties started after the independence of Niger from France from 1960. So from this day, cooperation and development aid started. US started helping Niger in terms of development. Until now, we have a lot of projects and programs which is led by US, such as USAID, an organization that everybody knows, and the Millennium Challenge program, which used to make roads and school creation, school construction, and also investment in livestock and agriculture in Niger. Also from 2012, as I mentioned from my first part, since the time of the started of insecurity in Niger, also America had signed an agreement of installation of military base in Niger. Also America has military base in Niger with the same objective with France to combat terrorism and combat insecurity, to help the country to struggle against the terrorism and extremism. So this is the US, and the third part is Russia. With Russia, Niger has a diplomatic relation, but unfortunately there is no diplomatic representation such as embassy both in Niamey and also Moscow. But in terms of military, this is an academic issue. Russia used to give Niger military scholarship. So Niger used to send students to Russia, to Russian military schools to go to study and come back to work in Niger. And the Niger Minister of Foreign Affairs recently visited Russia and also invited his counterpart to come to Niger in order to open the two sections of the embassy. But until now, between Russia and Niger, there is no intense diplomatic ties. But in terms of military, there is a military academy of the military, and now officially there is no deal, there is no agreement of installation of a military base of Russia in Niger. The fourth part is China. So our relation with China is not also military, it's like Russia, but Chinese cooperation with the Niger is the side of infrastructure. When you look at the other African countries, China used to make dam, bridge, buildings, and also contribute to drill oil or gold or uranium in African countries, especially Muslim countries, OIC member state, which is the case. So for China, with China also there is no deal, there is no any program of installation of military bases in Niger. We have UK in the fifth part, UK which the diplomatic ties started recently. It was less than 5 months ago that the UK opened its embassy in Niger, which they will send the attaché of defense. As you know, in every embassy you can find the attaché of defense, the person who will care, the person who will work with the embassy in terms of military and security. So with the UK also, until now, officially we don't have any project of the installation of military base, and UK is planning to give scholarship to Nigerian citizens, not in terms of military but in terms of science, social science, and diplomacy. So the sixth part, which is the last part of my presentation, is three important European countries, those who are present in Niger, and they have military bases with the countries, those who are not cited in the topic which has said Defense Organization of Global Powers. It cited USA, Russia, China, UK, and France. And when you look at those 5 countries, are the countries that permanent member of Security Council of United Nations, and we consider those countries like superpower, and there are the countries those who has right of to detain nuclear weapons. But now in my last section before the conclusion, we have Italy, in Niger, we have Germany, we have also Belgium. Those three countries, we have a good relation, I mean diplomatic relation, and also we have the existence of military bases in Niger. In Italy has military bases in Niger. This is also the same objective, the same aims to combat terrorism and insecurity in the Sahel. We have Germany, which when we had last year the visit of the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, which visited Niger, and also they have an institution which called ECAP Sahel, which is in Niger and making activities in terms of security. And also this is different from the Russian system or Chinese system, those who give scholarship to the student or Niger student citizen to go to China or Russia to study, to come back to serve the country. German system, until now we don't have a Niger student who go to Germany to study, but they have like schools here or with the ECAP Sahel institution. They used to do the training to our police, they make training to our National Guard, they make training to our gendarme, and also the other military corps. We have also Belgium. Belgium also recently, like 2 years ago, they have signed an agreement with the Niger to install the military bases. So as I say, also there are some countries those who have project that they want to install new bases in Niger. So the question that we are going to ask, all of those military bases, do they play an important role in combating terrorism and insecurity in Niger and also the other countries, or not? So this is a question. And who are those countries who, or what are those countries who has a project to install the military bases in Niger, and what is their aims and what is their objective? So when you look at the situation in global situation, the Muslim countries, the countries members of OIC, especially African countries and Asia, so the Africa countries, there are those who suffer, those who are suffering of insecurity and global terrorism. That's why global powers used to come to make a deal with them in order to help them. So the objective of ASSAM Islamic Hearing Congress, as we had previously, we showed that the aim of ASSAM is to make a common defense and a common security system for Muslim countries. Are they necessary to collaborate with those superpowers like Western powers, or it will be better for Muslim countries to cooperate with the Muslim countries, such as we have superpowers and the Muslim countries also who have 10 nuclear arms. We have also the example of Pakistan, we have Turkey, we have Iran, we have Indonesia, we have Egypt, we have Nigeria. And all those countries are a member of OIC and they are Muslim majority countries. So we have to to multiple our strength and our thought in order to really combat this system, and to make a system which will respond of our reality, and make the activity in order to help each other. So I would like to thank you, those who took the time to listen to this presentation. So I would like to try to be very brief, because I decided to make a video because I will not have time to make my presentation on 12 or 13 of December. And I would like to thank again the organization committee of ASSAM Islamic Union Congress, and I will hope to see each other, to see you for in a very brief time, or for the next year presentation, and we will continue to join our forces. We will continue to join our thought to reach our objectives until 2023, and we will want to see the realization of Africa after 2023. So thank you again, and hope to see you soon. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.